Hey, what's happening, Roland? Well, hey, today's Friday. It's actually Friday the 13th. I'm not superstitious. I'm not superstitious, and I've been busy. I'll tell you where I'm going right now. I'm going to Dallas, Texas, and I'm going to get with the big leadership conference for the O'Reilly people. Now, the O'Reilly has over 6,000 stores, and they have like 6,400 stores. So they're having all their managers of all 6,400 stores come to Dallas, and they're going to have that big leadership conference. And Jimmy Houston and I'm going to meet Jimmy in a couple hours when I get there, and we're going to go and we're going to give little seminars and stuff. One thing that Jimmy and I do, we talk fishing, of course, and half these people at O'Reilly's, they fish. Jeff Shaw, some of my buddies, we have a great time. We've been to Okeechobee together. We've been to Jimmy's farm together. We've been up in Louisiana together. So all these guys, and so many of them are fishermen. And I really get a big deal when a lot of times I'll need a little part for my trailer. I'll need some little thing, and I'll pull into the O'Reilly store. And these people, the O'Reilly people, their eyes get about this big around. They say, "What kind of a deal is this?" And I'll have my boat, and I have both my boats wrapped with O'Reilly, my tracker Grizzly, and also my Z21 big nitro. And I pull into that store, and boy, they all jump out and they all want to picture taken. That's a big deal. But anyway, that's what we're going to do. That one thing that I have to just kind of tout the O'Reilly people when I'm traveling. And this summer I went up there to Minnesota, and I had a long 2,500-mile trip just one way, almost 2,500 miles. And some bearings went out. But let me just tell you about bearings, because when you pull into an O'Reilly auto parts store, I don't care what trailer you have. I promise you, with their cross-referencing books, they can look at the model trailer. They can give you the exact bearing. I promise you, 100% of the time they'll have that bearing in stock. They'll get your trailer going. You won't have any downtime. It's just really a 100% deal. And of course, you got the batteries too. Well, another time I was up at Headwaters, and for some reason I left my batteries all on, all the switches on, and I picked up my guide party that morning. Batteries are completely dead. I went to the O'Reilly store. It was 6 o'clock in the morning, and I said, "Oh my heavens! I don't have any battery chargers. I don't have any battery charger with me. I got to charge my batteries." And so, and I need a spare battery anyhow. So I called the nearest O'Reilly store in Palm Bay, and they had just gotten there, and they were a whole hour before they were even open. And I told them who I was, and I said, "Listen, I got an emergency. I just need a battery and a battery charger so bad, and a jumper cable." And sure enough, I ran down there, and the gal opened the door early for me, and I get everything I needed right off the bat. It was just a godsend. It was just a godsend. So they're really good people to work with. Okay. Now, what I've been doing today also is I've been doing some work with water temperature. Here it's a cold front. Today it's starting to rain, starting to drizzle. And I've told you this many times, when the cold front hits South Florida or Central Florida and drops that water temperature 5 degrees, it's not so bad. If it drops to 10 degrees, it's a little bit bad. Drops to 15 degrees, you're in trouble. If it drops to 20 degrees, boy, you're in real serious trouble. So get yourself a good digital thermometer. Look at this. Okay, there it says right there. It says my arm is 86 degrees. The side of that truck, hey, it's 69 degrees. Okay, the ground right there, it's 63 degrees. So that's kind of more like the temperature of the water right now. 63 degrees. Now, what you want to do with this thermometer, here's the deal. Here's how you catch fish with the thermometer right now. You should try to find the warmest water. When these cold fronts hit, like if it's a north wind, it's pushing all that cold water to the south. So wherever you're in a little pond or at the Headwaters Lake or Lake Okeechobee, I don't care where you are, the colder water is going to pile up on the south shore. It's going to be a little warmer on the north shore. So take yourself a digital thermometer and find the warmest water. So that's pretty easy to do. Just go around and, oh, there's some 63. That's a little low. If I could find 70, it'd be better. But anyway, the warmest water is the key. So I was making a video today, and I went into to the shop, and I got my little green screen stuff, and I have my GoPro camera that's really kind of cool. I got my special little microphone set up here, and I was there. You can see I'm talking. I've got my old trophies in the background, and I was just doing all that. And this is my little setup. Half the time I got this in the boat, and it's really kind of a neat setup, because what this is with this little mod case, as I talk, well, it doesn't show it right now, but as I talk, there's a little meter at the bottom I'll have to show you. It's really kind of cool. I got this little piece right here. This is the microphone. This is the microphone for that camera. So if I notice, if I tap this microphone, let's see that little green, see the little green thing on the bottom? The little green deal right here, that shows when I'm taking my finger, it's showing it that it's sound. So this is the first time the GoPro's ever had that option where you have a mod case that gives you the sound bar across there so you can know if you got good sound or not. And with these new little Hollyland sound systems, I can make it all work. It's a dual sound system. So anyway, I've kind of upgraded my equipment, and particularly when I'm out there all by myself, I can kind of do some film work for the first time more professionally. More professionally. Okay. The other thing I'm doing, and that's besides going to Dallas, is almost every day I have to get my turkey call deal going. My turkey call deal. What I have with the turkey calls, of course, see, people don't realize the steps I have to go through to do these turkey calls. These aren't just run-of-the-mill turkey calls. All these turkey calls have a number, like this number right here, 296. It hadn't been sold yet. 296 is on this page. I haven't sold that one yet. But all these other people have all been, here's a couple that I sent off, and I haven't got those names yet. But everybody's got a name. And so as they buy a turkey call, I inscribe their name, and I put it's all a registered number, because I'm only making 500 right now. And I got all kind of them. I got a bunch of, I got about 10 or 15 of them. And they're all a little bit different. But basically, if you want a turkey call, or if you want a guide trip with me at Headwaters, what you do is you get a hold of Judy M at fishingwithrolandmartin.com. That's Judy M at fishingwithrolandmartin.com. You can get yourself a $200 turkey call that's all personalized, good. Or you can get yourself a guide trip, and I'll put you on that 8-pound bass that you want. That's what I've been doing so much of. I've had a tremendous amount of success. I've been averaging an 8-pounder a day. That's just an average. I hope it holds, but that's what we do. We average 8-pounders a day. Okay, so I'm about ready to rock and roll. I got my O'Reilly shirt. I checked the weather in Dallas, and it's about I don't know. It's what is it? It's 42 degrees or something like that. So I'm gonna have to wear a jacket and get a. But you know, I grew up actually in Maryland, so I'm used to that cold weather. And then I spent 10 years in Oklahoma, and so I'm kind of used to the weather. I can handle it. I enjoy this Florida weather more, but you know, Florida is the key. But again, if you want a trophy bass, watch that water temperature and watch those cold fronts and try to gear yourself around the full moon time. You want to get 3 or 4 days before the new moon and 3 or 4 days before the full moon of February, March, April. You can catch yourself a giant bass over 8 pounds and have a trip of your lifetime. Hey, that's my message for right now. I got to go. Got to get to Dallas. Got to see old Jimmy Houston. We'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching.